So today's a really special episode to me. Obviously you guys know the title of the episode is Body to Die For, literally. And the reason why I named it that is because I'm having complications right now with the effects of what I did when I was younger and getting plastic surgery so young at 21, 23. Now at 30, I'm having like major health issues. So I literally sometimes feel like I'm going to die. So I wanted to come on here and just let young ladies know, like, no matter how you feel about your body or what you see on the internet, it's never going to be perfect. And don't take the easy route. Like, whatever you do, take the safest route because I have major health issues. I got illegal butt injections when I was 23 and now I'm 30. I did it like 3 times and now I'm 30 and I'm having like major issues. I have to go get removal surgery, which is super drastic. Like it's the biopolymers is what I have. A lot of people have them. I've seen that Cardi B just said in an interview that she got hers removed, which I noticed that a lot of girls that get them end up having to get them removed because it's literally not healthy. And obviously, like what we see on the internet, these expectations of having the perfect body, I totally understand. And I'm not against plastic surgery at all if it's done the right way. And a lot of girls have the illegal butt injections. A lot of like your favorites online. A lot of girls went to the same person that I went to. And like, it's like almost like a secret society. Like if you know, you know, but it's just a fad. Like it's definitely not worth the risk or the health complications. I will say that like the person who did mine, they've never had a death, but it's just not healthy and he's not a doctor. And it's not okay like for you to get anything illegal put into your body. Of course, one day you're going to have issues and that's currently what I'm dealing with in my life. So this episode's really special to me. And then I have a special guest coming on. I'm sure you guys have heard her daughter's story. It was all over the news and all over social media. And I think it's just a really important conversation to have in this day and age when you're seeing all these different body expectations. And a lot of it did have to do with being pressured personally with me, like being pressured to like look that way. I want like at such a young age, it's actually sad. But I totally get it as a woman, a grown woman now. But as a young lady, young girl, when I was 21, 23, getting these plastic surgery, I wanted to look like a certain aesthetic. I mean, we're always getting Marilyn Monroe pushed down our like throats since we were like young. So I always had like that, like I wanted to look a certain way since I was younger. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that as long as you do it a healthy way and you make sure that you're doing it safely. I felt it really important to talk about this because they're selling the person who did my illegal injections. I see like a lot of people selling their info online to young girls. Like, oh, if you want to go to their doctor, if you like doctor, not a doctor, but like I said, a lot of famous girls have went to this person. So they're like almost like pushing illegal injections. And I just don't think that that's okay because young girls, they don't know any better. I mean, you always hear about like the scary stories of like people dying after illegal injections or getting like cement put into their butt. But then when you see girls that are like really pretty and famous girls and they're okay, you're like, oh, okay, they're okay. Like they went to the same person. But they're not. Those girls are obviously not being truthful and just a lot of them don't even like speak on it. I know like a few girls have, which I totally respect. They'll like say like, oh, I got butt injections. Like I've seen a couple girls speak on it that have gotten it, but they're not saying like don't do it. And so I'm telling you, don't do it. So yeah, this episode, I'm kind of just gonna like dive into like the underbelly of plastic surgery and all the issues that come along with it if you don't do it correctly. So now I want to welcome my special guest on the first episode. I'm so honored to have her here today, and I'm so grateful that she's giving me the opportunity to tell her story and the story of her daughter as well. So introducing Miss Miller.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm so happy. So can you kind of just tell like who you are, basically?
Okay. My name is Wakila Miller, and I am the mother of Amanique Miller and Kiara Barnes. My two daughters went to Miami about 6 months ago. They're sisters, and decided to have cosmetic surgery. And unfortunately, one of my daughters, my oldest daughter, Amanique, at 28 years old, she did pass away due to some complications after surgery in a recovery home in South Miami.
And I'm so sorry, like that I can't even, I'm dealing with grief like myself, obviously, like I'm sure you know that I lost my ex-boyfriend, but I can't even imagine, it's not even the same caliber as losing a daughter. So I'm so sorry that your family is going through that. It's definitely, do you think that with this whole situation that it was like a turning point as far as like, you could teach other people something, or was it because like I try to find like a learning lesson, like when Daryl passed away, with just like growing and even just like myself personally growing. Like, is there anything? I know it's still really new. Obviously, you're still, there's everyone says like there's like different waves of like grief and stuff. So,
the passing of my daughter, it'll be 7 months, October 7th. So it is extremely. It is new, and I am absolutely still grieving the loss of her. And as far as there anything that I've learned or anything that I would want to share with other people who are thinking about having cosmetic surgery, in particular in Miami, would more or less be that, definitely do your research. Take someone with you. Absolutely take someone with you. I thank God that the youngest was with Amanique, right? And because the truth of the matter is, if Kiara wasn't there, I don't necessarily know if I would have received the details.
Right.
And as much as I did, if she was there by herself, definitely do your research, young ladies, and research the doctors, and in particular, do your research in regards to recovery homes.
I've been seeing it's like a get rich quick scheme. I've seen a lot of them in Miami. Actually, a old friend of mine, like she's kind of famous, and she was getting like blasted online because people were like, you have to have like licenses, and so you can't just like throw up a recovery home, and like these are people's like health, like it's like crazy. But I have noticed in Miami, it's like kind of like popular, right?
Right. So, of course, with my daughter's passing, my daughter's passed away, right? So, I have nothing but ample time to do my research and really dig into what exactly is going on. And I mean, cosmetic surgery has always been $1 billion company. Right. It's always been $1 billion industry, right? And, but in particular in Miami, they have these recovery homes where, and I know a lot of young ladies, we all think, I know that I'm a small business owner. My daughter is a small business owner. And you think because you have a business license that someone is licensed to perform their duties. It really does go further than that. And just because someone has a business license to have a recovery home and names it Blossom doesn't mean that it is legal. Recovery homes in Miami, first of all, are illegal.
Oh, wow.
Okay? So they just are. My advice, again, with young ladies would be to absolutely hire yourself an RN.
Mm.
Get yourself an RN to take care of you. Okay. Or hopefully find you a doctor who also offers maybe a package where aftercare is included in the package deal. My daughter is not the first person to pass away in Miami. After my daughter passing away and me doing my research, there's been several young ladies that have passed away in these unlicensed recovery homes.
And it's just sad because, like, you don't think that, like, if you're these recovery homes, you're trusting. It's like, you're trusting people to, like, take care of you. Like, you're not thinking, like, I could, like, but, you're trusting. If you say you have a recovery home, as, like, a young woman myself, I'm not, like, just, like, oh, like, like, thinking, like, I might have, like, complications or, like, they're not, like, they're not legal. Like, you trust these people with your life. And it's so sick that, like, people are operating like that.
Yes, it's lucrative. It's big money and really good money. My daughters paid, I believe each one paid $1,500 to stay there for a couple of days. Mm-hmm. And so if you think about a person that has a 4-bedroom home and they're able to put 2 people per room and you get to adding those numbers up and that's per week, you're doing some pretty good numbers financially. Yeah. So it's big money. It's big business. And ladies, I know I can't stop people from having cosmetic surgery. Cosmetic surgery has been around long before I was probably even born. Mm-hmm. It used to be something that was, the rich, the wealthy, and the famous could do. Now, everyday average people are electing to have cosmetic surgery. And just do your due diligence. Absolutely. Take your mom, take your boyfriend, take your girlfriend with you. And if you can't take somebody with you, even if you do decide to take a friend, absolutely invest in getting a licensed RN to help take care of you, or finding a doctor who also offers that as a package.
So what do you think, like, the expectations? Because I know when I started getting plastic surgery, did your daughter tell you before she was going? Or, like, did you guys talk about it? Or, like, because I know when I got my, like, boobs done, I didn't tell my mom until, like, after, which now looking back at it as I'm older, I'm like, that's crazy, because what if something happened to me? And then my mom, she wouldn't have even known what I was doing. And, like, I think it's just, like, you don't want to hear your parents, like, moms always are like, right. So you're, as a girl, you're like, oh, I'm just going to do it. And, like, but it's actually like, I would, like, feel bad, like, now that, like, I'm, like, older, I'm like, gosh, like, like, God forbid, but it's like, do you think that there's, like, a standard for, like, being, like, having a butt? Because I know when I got my butt done, it was like I just felt like kind of pressured by, like, not society, but the guys that I liked, they liked a certain type of a girl, like the look. Like, Marilyn Monroe was, like, shoved down, like, my throat since I was younger. Like, the, like, voluptuous, like, esque right. body was, like, that was the body you wanted. Do you think that has, like, a play in, like, why women?
Yes, most definitely. I mean, as generations go on, I think the pressure to, in particular social media, just the pressure to look a certain way does play a big part in it. Yes. Did I know that the girls were going to go have a surgery? Yes. Was I worried about them going to have a surgery? No. My daughter had been to Miami before. This is something she had elected to do once before, and everything was fine.
Did she stay at the first time? Was it a different recovery?
At the first time she elected to have surgery, yes, she did stay at a recovery home also that time. And yes. And
but you just never know. It's kind of like Russian roulette.
Right.
Like, sometimes it can be good. Sometimes you just never know with that.
Right.
I'm sure.
Dominique, the oldest one, she was 28 years old. She was grown. Right. And I think her first surgery that she had, she was probably about 25. Mm-hmm. Then she went back under the knife when she was 28 to have another cosmetic surgery. And in particular, I did ask her, my girls, I've always been the mom, they're beautiful. You guys are beautiful girls. You don't need that. You don't need that. And of course, I can, you can only say that so much, when a young lady looks in the mirror, she looks at herself, she has to see that for herself. Yeah. And those pressures of social media and, my daughter is, has been, an artist for years, with a music artist. And, so there was a lot of little pressures here and there. I will say she was a beautiful girl. Her and Kiara, both beautiful girls. And it was a choice that they made. And Monique, with her second surgery, I did tell her, I said, "Are you sure you need to do this?" And she was like, "Mom." Yeah. And once she did that little mom, I kind of just throw my hands up and like, okay, I left her alone about it. I just thought the girls were going to go there for about a week and come back home.
Such a right, like that surgery happens a lot. You don't necessarily think that the worst is going to happen. So I know you said that if you could give advice, it would be to just definitely get a certified or RN to take care.
Yes,
hire.
Definitely.
Spend the extra money. It's worth it it might be a little bit extra, but it's worth the investment.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people, people worry about, let me find the surgeon. Let me make sure I get the results that I want. Let me do the research on the doctor. You don't think about that aftercare. And, when you're going for cosmetic surgery, your aftercare is so important. You're bleeding. You can get blood clots. Your blood pressure can drop. There's a multiple of things that can happen to you. And you want to have somebody that is licensed there that can absolutely care for you. And again, I want to reiterate that just because someone has a business license in Miami and opens up their home to you to take care of you, that does not mean that they are nurses. They are not RNs. A lot of them are not CNAs. They don't have any medical background. This is a grab for money. And I just want people to be very, 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 very careful. I'm only one person. There's a girl right now in Miami, or there's somebody right now getting on the plane to go to Miami. Yeah. There's a young lady right now, fresh out of surgery, going to a recovery home. Right. These recovery homes are still open in Miami. And even though hopefully they are going to be putting in stricter laws and penalties for these illegal homes that are being open, I could tell you right now, they're still open. And
Is
there's
there
a young lady
legislation
right now.
On that, or?
No, there's not.
Wow.
Which is an issue, which is something that in the near future here, I am trying to put together at some point to see if, possibly, the politicians and government, if somebody wants, the city officials want to, get something together, because it's a $1 billion industry, like I said, and people are flying in from California, flying in from the South, flying in from all over the world. Miami is making a lot of money. But the downside to this is nobody talks about the deaths. Right. And there's a lot of kids, husbands, mothers who children and loved ones are not coming back home.
Yeah.
Whether it's elected or not,
right.
The aftercare should be governed under the medical board or medical profession, period. It's point blank. And there needs to be legislation and laws.
I feel like it's so new, with the cosmetic industry with the recovery homes, that they're not up on it yet. I feel like in the future it's gonna be a huge, as a huge deal. But I feel like in Miami too, it's kind of the culture of the plastic. So it's not really that important probably to them as much as it really should be.
Yes, no, you're correct. I mean, I am hoping, and I'm not, I know there's a difference between the city of Miami and different,
the county of Dade
right? The
stuff.
city. So there's, I do believe there are some laws in possibly Dade County.
Oh, okay.
And I believe, I might be wrong, but my daughter passed away in the city. Okay, so the laws are different, I guess I want to say, or not as stricter, or there's not even
anything
certain laws put in place.
So after the fact, did you go after the recovery home, or how was that? Like, is it still operating?
I believe I've been told that the recovery home, as far as I know, has been shut down. And as far as what is going on with the case, it is still an open case, which I'd rather not speak about. But it's still an open case that is absolutely still being investigated in regards to what happened to my daughter and who is responsible.
Yeah, because I feel like if they are making so much money off these people going to their recovery homes, and then you're letting stuff like that happen, you need to be held accountable. Whether it's, I know does she have?
She does. My daughter does. She has one daughter, Savannah. She's 2 years old.
Yes, and it's just like that. She has to grow up now, like, not really knowing her mom, and it's so hard. Like, it's just a hard place, and I'm sure for you, it's like everything is like you're still trying to wrap your head around it. I mean, now you're like raising,
Yes.
I can't believe it. That's sick. But also, I feel like with the recovery homes, like, do they just like when they shut down, like, are they just like just changing the name, or like, do you know that because that's like important, and I really want girls to like take heed to this advice. Like the aftercare is important. If you are gonna get surgery, make sure you are on top of like your recovery. I hear that a lot. I don't have a BBL, but like a lot of my friends that do, they always say like the aftercare is like one of the most important parts, and it's like you don't think that because you would think like you going under is like the part, but
right.
I know a lot of people that get BBLs too, and they in like Dominican Republic, and then they pass away like because the anesthesiologist isn't right. Like, there's a lot of things with surgery that you just have to do your research. Like, and like I'm not saying that your daughter. I'm sure a lot of girls have went to that recovery house and nothing's happened, and then it's like that one time. But I did see online, I like read up on the story. I had seen it when it first happened because it was like all over social media. And I know there was a lot of like backlash, like not like people were going back and forth. You know how the internet is. And how did you navigate that? Like, because you're already dealing with like a huge loss, and then you have to go on the internet and see people make up assumptions about your daughter, or say stuff that they don't know what they're talking about. Or even just be like cruel, like, because the internet can be very, very cruel.
For a while, I told myself that I was not going to go on the internet and read the comments. I have a really good support team, my girlfriends and my family. And so I kind of stayed off of the blogs a little bit. But of course, being a mom, I did read some of the comments, and they were disturbing. They're really hurtful. I couldn't believe, this is my child, and I love her.
Yeah. It's okay. We can take some time.
And so, I wish people would be more gentle and more kind. And, but again, cosmetic surgery, it's elected, it's something you choose to do. A lot of people don't understand it. There's a stigmatism, behind it. And I'm still processing the fact that people say the things that they say.
Yeah.
And
no, when my ex passed away, like, still to this day, like, I try not to read the comments either, but people say like the craziest things. I've heard like I got him set, like just crazy things that like the most like outlandish things that are just like, and it's hurtful when you read them. And then it's so hard not to like go back and forth because like I'm queen of like wanting to be like, no, F you, like, but you're just like, sometimes you just have to like let the internet be the internet, because you realize like these people are like not,
Right.
they don't know anything.
Right. And I'm not going to lie and say that I didn't
Yeah.
go and comment on some of them. Absolutely. This is my child. She's 28 years old. She's my firstborn, you know. She's my little best friend. And she's no longer here. And she took her money and she elected to have a cosmetic surgery. My goodness. I can't believe the way that people think, you know. You know, there's two things for sure. You know, we all have a day that we're going to leave this world. And I really had to just, over these past 6-7 months, I've just really had to be, extend myself, really extend grace to myself.
Yeah.
And, you know.
And how is that going, like, as far as, like, because like I said, when I was dealing with grief, obviously it's like nowhere near losing a child, but there was like a point like I was like in a manic-y, like I had to like really get into like my faith and stuff, because it can really like it can like almost drive you like kind of like either you go one way or the other. Like it's like there's two like options, like there's two roads, and sometimes you just are like
yeah.
But how has it?
I am, like I said, I'm still in the grieving process. I've went from
being like angry,
crying 5 times a day, every day. Being depressed, can't get out of bed, can't eat. Some days don't even want to shower. You know, the days you don't answer your phone.
Right.
The days when you have so much to say and you have so much energy and think you're going to take over the world, and you're sending out emails to this person and this person and this politician and this mayor, and you're just trying to make a change. You feel like you need to do something because you don't feel like nothing is happening.
Yeah.
And I think in the last 2 months, I've kind of taken a step back and kind of been like, I need to just work on myself. I'm going to get myself, I know it's been 7 months, but it's taken some time. And I'm going to get myself in some therapy here, you know, really soon. It's just been a lot. It's been a lot on her brother. She has one brother, D'Angelo. She has her sister, Kiara. It's been a lot on our family, on our dad.
I think I follow your other daughter too. On
Kiara.
Yeah. How is she? Because like I mean that's traumatizing probably for her as well. Like
absolutely.
You know. So is like it's just hard to cope with that, I'm sure.
It is. It is. It's really hard. Kiara's you
kind of blame yourself too, like it's almost like survivor's guilt, like a little bit. I think
yes. So we don't really talk about it. She doesn't. I'm pretty sure she talks to her girlfriends about it, and she's moved back home with me. And we're kind of just working it out. You know, we're kind of just there for each other. And I'm pretty sure she has her bad days. And, you know, she's crying. And
were they super close too?
Yes. Yeah. The girls, yes. Amanika's 28 and Kiara's 20. And I only have 3 kids. So, you know, it's just those 3.
Yeah.
And that was her big sister, of course. Right. Yeah.
And it's kind of like when you have the older sister, it's kind of like the matriarch. Not like you're the matriarch, obviously, but then it's like the older sister is kind of the one that reels everyone in. Like, you know, she like, you know, other than you, kind of like runs. Right. Yeah. I have an older sister. I can't imagine. So as far as like the stuff you're trying to do, have you thought about like any so you're because I could see that like a something being passed like in her name or something. I mean, it's a hard fight, but
well, I do have a website. It's justiceforomnique.org, and I do have a petition on change.org. That is just basically trying to get signatures to implement laws to get some laws put in place to, first of all, shut down these recovery homes, and for 2, penalize and, penalize the women that are running them. or put some laws so that they can get licensed. I'm not against cosmetic surgery, and I'm not against women or men having a business. All right. I get it. I'm a small business owner myself. My daughter is a small business owner. I don't necessarily think every recovery home is a bad and a malicious place. And, I do think that, for the most part, the intentions are there to really take care of the ladies. But you can come across some people that are in it for the money and just not good people and aren't licensed and have no medical background, right? They can't.
Is that what the story with the recovery house? Did they have any medical background?
I can't really speak on what she has and what she doesn't have, but I doubt it very seriously.
Yeah, a lot of people I know, like with the recovery houses, or like they say that they're like they're not like safe. Like, so that's just crazy, but you just don't think that when you're going to get surgery and you see a recovery home, you're thinking like, okay, like these people are going to like be there for me. And then I feel like, because a lot of my friends that have gotten surgery too, they haven't had like a recovery home. They just had like a girl come, and then they would go to like the doctor's office or whatever, like a couple times before they like went home. But I feel like it's all so serious.
And it is. And I think what we need to, women need to realize is you're coming out of having a major surgery, whether it be liposuction, whether it be a BBL, whether it be a tummy tuck, whether it be a nose job, whatever it is. You're bleeding, you're aching, you're taking pills. You can get blood clots. You're supposed to get up. You're supposed to walk. Oh, wow. Your diet is supposed to be a certain way. How are these women? I know me personally, I'm not, I don't have a medical background. I'm not going to know if you're bleeding internally, but I'm charging you $1,500 to stay at you could be bleeding internally. There's so many different complications that could happen after surgery. And, you really need to make sure that you are being cared for by a licensed RN, a doctor, someone in the medical field who can check your pulse, change your IV, check your incisions, someone who's going to know whether you got an infection or not.
Yeah.
You really need to do your due diligence. It's so important. I know ladies think it won't happen to me.
Right.
I got this. I've done this before. And there's a lot of you who have done it 2-3 times. Mm-hmm. And maybe it hasn't happened, but that risk is just way too high.
Yeah.
It's a risk you don't want to take.
And it's sad that it seems like it seems to be a lot of young Black women too. And it's like we already have like a lot of like things coming against us in life.
Right.
And then it's like when you're just trying to like look better and feel like your best self, because I know like personally I've had a lot of insecurities, and I know other women have too, but you just want to feel your best, look your best. And then it's like, this is happening to you, and I feel like they might not be taking it as serious, because like a lot of times Black women aren't, when we die, nobody really takes it serious.
Yeah, absolutely. So we deal with that. I'm dealing with that.
Yeah,
so that is that's another problem with the whole situation.
Right,
is brown and Black girls are going down there, and they're absolutely losing their lives. It's cheap to go down there to get your surgeries done. And it's a $1 billion industry. And yes, people like you and me are not making it home.
Yeah. So is it hard to go after the recovery house because they can basically be like, oh, like, we didn't know, or do you have to sign? Did your daughter have to sign something before she went?
I don't necessarily know what was signed and what wasn't signed.
Well, because if it's a scam already, who knows? Right. They could just make up some stuff like, oh, she signed something. Right. It's like, I don't, it's like, how could you even trust
I don't know
anything?
How crafty they are down there. I'm from California,
in Miami.
I don't know. I don't know how crafty they are down there. If they're having them sign, it's a mess.
Yeah,
to say the least.
Yeah.
what's going on down there in regards to the surgeries. I'm shocked that this is happening in the U.S. Literally, like
you would think it was like a third world, like Dominican Republic, or like somewhere like crazy where you know, like it's literally happening in like our backyard. Like,
yes, it is,
and then you don't hear about it a lot. I know your daughter's story like went viral.
It did. It did go viral. But it's funny because Dominique's and Kiara's story did go viral. It went viral on TikTok. It just went viral all over the place, right? But when I started to Google, I started to see that there were other young ladies. There's a lot of young ladies. I think there was a police officer that was just down there a couple of months ago and passed away.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
And that's through a recovery house or during the surgery? Because I know it could be both.
Right. So, again, all the details in regards, I mean, if you Google it, you could probably get the story and figure out what necessarily may have happened.
Yeah.
But as far as whether, the recovery house or the doctor or whatever the case may be,
right.
We are still trying to work through that and navigate through what exactly and who is responsible. But to say the least, long story short, recovery homes are illegal.
Right.
They're period, point blank. Omni, Kiara, any young lady that's in one right now shouldn't be there. And
so why are they illegal? Is it because the people who run them don't have medical licenses, or is it like, is there a certain reason why they're illegal?
Because I'm assuming what the ladies are doing is just getting a business license, right? And calling it a beauty bar, right?
Okay.
It's not hard to get a business license, right? You can get your business license and open it up.
Right.
I think that's really bold to get a business license and open up a whole business in your home where people are coming in and out, and neighbors and communities aren't concerned about the traffic of these women coming in. I just...
Is it like a mansion though? Because I've seen some of the like, or is it just like is it a mansion?
It's just, these are houses in residential areas. Okay. Some of them may be really nice houses. Some of them may be,
just regular,
I don't know, shacks for all I know. But, and I mean, they're putting on their scrubs.
Wow.
Right? So you go get your scrubs at Walmart.
They're selling the...
Right. And then you get on Instagram and you make your Instagram page and you make your Facebook page. I mean, and you're in business, You are absolutely in business.
Yeah.
And it's big money and good money. And there's absolutely a need. And so I am really hoping that city and county officials, law enforcement, and government will put something in place. So if these ladies want to open these businesses and they want to offer these services, that they require them.
At least have like an RN on or something.
Yeah. Like you need to know how to work with blood. Like take a blood pressure, take a temperature. Yeah. Like this is crazy. This is the U.S.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
This should not be happening.
Yeah.
And this is like happening in Miami.
And a lot, I feel like, too.
It's happened a lot.
I've seen like a few little things like on the internet about like just like they're like recovery houses being blasted and stuff. And like obviously like when you're getting cosmetic surgery, like when I got my butt shots, I was seeing like a lot of like the Instagram models that like have them. And they look good. And then like the person who did mine, he did like Nicki Minaj. Like he did like a lot of people. He did like K. Michelle, she obviously did her documentary about her biopolymers, which I have in my butt. And like you just, like now I'm having complications where like I'm like like a shortness of breath. Like I can't, like sometimes I can't sit for a long time. I have like shooting pains, so I have to get them removed. And when I was 23, I never like thought about like the future. I feel like when you're going to get like surgeries and stuff, you're just like not thinking about like you just want, you like are like, oh, I'm gonna look bomb, like, and you're not thinking about like what could possibly like really happen, like, because even when I was like in that, I was in like just a random hotel getting like butt shots. I could have like I potentially could have just something could have happened, and like thankfully I'm dealing with the consequences now of it all, but. It's just like, I just know how, like, as a girl, I know how, like, women think, like, and especially young women, like, I'm sure, like, as you get older, there's certain things you wouldn't do, but then, like, when you're in, like, your 20s and stuff, you're not really, like, thinking about, like, like, you're, like, I'm sure, like, your daughter wasn't, like, thinking, like, she's gonna go get a BBL and not come home to her daughter,
Right. Right. And just to clarify that, Amanique got multiple surgeries done. It wasn't just a BBL.
Okay.
Amanique had a BBL before her first surgery was a BBL.
Yeah.
So I know that the tabloids and the way that it, went viral about this whole BBL thing.
Oh, okay.
I didn't, she had already had a BBL.
Okay.
Just to clarify that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yes. So she had already had, like I said, she had already had a surgery when she was like 25.
Mm-hmm.
So she was just going back. She got some ab edging done.
Oh, okay.
And she got some lipo. She got ab edging, lipo. And then she got like a second round.
Yeah.
A second round BBL.
Yeah. Because it kind of shapes you. They say the second one, my friend, she got a second one. They say the first one doesn't really like shape you. The second one like really like has you like shape. So that's probably what the look that she might have been going for.
And so it had, again, this is not about Amanique passing away because of a BBL.
Yeah.
Okay. So that, I know that that's the headline. She didn't like have like a blood clot or anything to do with a BBL. Okay. This is wrapped around cosmetic surgery and recovery homes and for the most part, aftercare.
Yeah.
That is the problem. And that is the issue at hand. Mm-hmm. And that is the issue that we are dealing with. I'm not dealing with an issue wrapped around the BBL.
Yeah, because I had to like clarify that with our mutual, because like she was like, I'm never getting surgery. Like my friend passed away. I'm like, I don't think she passed away from the surgery. I think she passed away from the recovery home.
Correct.
Yeah, so I knew that, but it's just so sad because it's just like you just don't know what to do like in those moments, like especially when you just feel like you're not getting like the reciprocation or the help like that you desperately need like to like move forward. And like I'm sure you just wanted to go down there and like wring those people's necks, like.
Yeah.
But did you ever go to Miami?
I know. Yeah. I have not been to Miami. And
I'm sure it's triggering too.
It is. It's so triggering. My birthday is going to be coming up in December, and I was thinking about...
When's your birthday? My birthday's
December 10th.
Oh, mine's the 20th. That's
wow. And so I was thinking about going on a cruise.
Yeah.
And I would have to go to Miami to go to on my cruise. And so that just completely, I was just like, I can't go. I'm not ready to go. I don't know when I'm going to be ready to go. I know, March 7th is when my daughter passed away. And I'm just thinking of her, 1 year death anniversary. And I, just the fact that you even have to think like
about that.
I'm wanting to go and see like where did my child pass away? Like what neighborhood? Like where was she at? What does this look like? Just wanting to put a candle or even put some balloons there. Yeah. I know that I was, I'm even thinking like I was on the news when it first happened. And I was just like, wow, I wonder if I could find one of her girlfriends in Miami or even the news anchor lady. Like, can you just go put some candles and balloons up? So, yes, Miami is absolutely triggering. If I
go to Miami, I'll text you.
Yeah, let me know. And the thing is, I've been to Miami plenty of times.
Yeah, it just gets triggering because when my man passed in LA, I couldn't go back for I just started being able to go back this year. It took me like 3 years. Like every time I would go, I would just be so triggered. Like every little thing, I would just like break down. Like so, I definitely understand. Like just the whole city. Like something can make you like hate a city. It's something like
absolutely.
That. Like you just are like, I hate Miami. Like I hate LA. Like
I'm just So. I'm actually thinking about maybe going figuring out another way to go on my cruise out of another port, Texas or Louisiana, because I don't.
It's that serious.
Yes, it's that serious where I won't even.
Well, I mean that was your baby, like you said. And,
yeah.
You know, that's not something that's like gonna go away overnight. Obviously, that's gonna be like with you for the rest of your life, and like I'm sure you didn't ever expect something like this to happen.
No.
Sorry, no. I literally. I mean, I know how grief is, but I just can't imagine like.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So your website is justiceforomonique.org.
.org.
Okay.
Yes. So at justiceforomonique.org is where you can find where to sign the petition to basically stop and close recovery homes in Miami, and help me to sign a petition to possibly get some legislation going, to put some laws.
Yeah.
Because I think another issue is that the laws aren't stiff enough, right? So these ladies that have these recovery homes.
Is it like a group of ladies?
Or it's tons of them.
Oh, okay. So is it hard to pinpoint which one to go at, basically? Or it's whoever has a business.
And you know, I'm not from Florida. I'm not from Miami. And in particular, South Miami is where they have a lot of these locations.
Yeah.
And it's just really big business for a lot of women down there, in particular the Cuban community.
Mm-hmm.
They are having a really, really good time, and it's really lucrative and big money.
Wow.
And
and so they're basically profiting off of like not even being
right. Yes,
legal. And it's sad because with the guy who did my butt, I don't have anything against him at all, but there's like a huge Instagram page and they sell his information. And they're like, oh, if you want to go to this, to Jada's doctor or Dez's doctor, because a lot of the Instagram girls went to him. And I'm like, and that's why I felt like I needed to talk about how serious like it is, like to just do stuff like quick and like, you know, it's just because girls will be like, oh, I want to look like that. Or, you know, even like with your daughter, maybe she saw someone else go to the recovery home. Like, I don't know how she found it, but like, you know, you see other people are fine. And then you're like, oh, they went to it. Like, you know,
right.
And it's like, no, it's not okay. You know, like you just never know.
Right. So I think her first recovery home that she went to, I believe
was to
that
the doctor?
One was, I don't know. So from what I know is doctors don't necessarily recommend recovery homes.
Wow.
It probably would be, you know, they could probably get sued for recommending. You know what I mean? So I don't think they really get into that. You know, I think it's something that you have to find on your own. Your aftercare is your responsibility. And they allow them to come pick you up or whatever the case may be. But I have heard about some doctors actually having aftercare as a package deal with their surgeries.
I've seen that in like Colombia, like.
And I think that really is a good idea, and it's unfortunately that isn't already in place, like in all 50 states.
Yeah,
I mean, come on now, you just had a major surgery.
Yeah.
The fact, and I do want to touch on the fact that these are major surgeries, and the fact that women are going home within hours of having these surgeries, which is a whole nother can of worms to open, when they probably should be taken care of and hospitalized for 2 or 3 days just to make sure that they're okay.
Yeah.
Even if it's just 48 hours.
Yeah.
But absolutely they should have aftercare provided through a licensed doctor or a licensed RN.
How long after your daughter did the surgery was she in the recovery home for like a couple days, or was it almost immediate?
Yeah, immediate.
Oh my gosh, it's just so crazy. So when your other daughter, did she just immediately go home, obviously? Or did she have to stay too?
So, and that was another thing.
Because she's young, 18.
It was a mess. Kiara was 19.
Oh, 19. But that's still a baby. Like,
right. She was a baby. Yeah.
You don't really know what to do.
She's legally, she's grown, but she's my baby. So when her sister passed away, Kiara was still in the recovery process. So she then had to be moved from that recovery home, and she still had to be cared for.
Right.
And she did go to another recovery home and was taken care of and cared for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And yes, and my sister, my baby sister, had to fly out to Miami to stay at the recovery home with Kiara, and it was a lot.
That's traumatizing.
It was a lot.
I feel like everything I feel like every time something like crazy like when my man died, it was just like it was so like sudden and quick that like everything surrounding it was just like so like you tell a story and you're just like that. It sounds like a movie. Like
no, it does.
Yeah, like it's like how is that real?
Yeah,
you know.
And I was not able to go to Miami. Thank God.
Yeah,
I did not go. I'm just not even sure. I just so my sister that was in Texas, we put her on the plane. She went to Miami. So Kiara, when she left the recovery home that night after her sister passed, they called the ambulance for Kiara. Kiara was in so much pain, right?
Yeah,
and still in pain from her own surgery that she had. They put Kiara they took her to the hospital. And so they kept her in the hospital into the next day. And then Kiara went to another recovery home, and where they took really good care of her.
Yeah.
And
so there are some good like recovery homes.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm not going to say that, but they're not all of them. Listen,
not all of them have their credentials, basically.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think that's where things get sticky, right? Even in Miami, if they say, listen, you got a business license. Now, if you're RN and you have a business license and you're opening up your home in Miami, the way that it's set up, that's legal for you to do that. But what I'm hearing from just my research and just talking to different people in Miami is that they are not legal, and 90% of them are running illegally.
Wow. And so what do the police ever go after them, or is it kind of just like you know what you're signing up
like
for?
I said, they do have a task force,
wow.
supposedly. But again, there's different counties.
Okay.
So I believe now they do have one for Dade County, right? But where my daughter passed away in South Miami, which I believe is the city, which is a smaller, I don't believe I don't believe that they have a task force.
Yeah.
There's just a lot to be done as far as laws, for sure. Whether it be the city, whether it be the county. Because the truth of the matter is these women are still opening them up. They are still running them to this day. Every now and then you can Google, they shut some of them down. But like you said, you can go and open up another one.
Right.
I mean, when you're making like 20 bands and like 15 bands a week, right? After having women in your house. It's
hard to let go of that
A lot of those women are going to be like, what?
Yeah.
They're going to open up another place, another spot and keep it going. And
especially like when you're coming from another country too, and then you're making that type of money, and then it's like because it's like you almost don't have like a soul. Like you're having women die in your care, and then you're just like opening up the next like just for the money. But it's like that type of money, people aren't used to it. So if you're making $100K a month and stuff, that's a lot of money.
If you have a 4 or 5 bedroom house and you can keep that house and those rooms and those beds occupied, you're doing really, really well for yourself.
Yeah.
Which leads me to try and figure out, like, where's this money going and how deep down does this go?
Yeah.
Because it seems like everybody is turning a blind eye to it. And ladies, people are just dying.
Right.
I would have thought somebody would be like, hey, this is crazy.
Yeah.
They're not angry enough out there. to me about it. Which, who's really benefiting off of this?
Right. And that's what, I feel like you definitely have to get down to the core of that, because someone needs to be held accountable, especially if it's going all the way, like if it's $1 billion, $1 billion
industry.
Yeah. And then it's like, people are passing away from this. It's like,
and have been passing away. Then that Dominique passed away this year. We can go back a couple of years, not including the women that have passed away that don't even hit the news.
Right. Exactly. I know, it's so sad.
So it's a problem. And like I said, city officials, government officials, local law enforcement, they really do need to do something about it. I pray that they do something about it. I am willing to work with them, share my story, anything I can do, so that somebody else doesn't lose their child, and another man doesn't lose his wife. As far as whether you opt to have surgery or not, I'm not here to, to say yes or say no, but I am advocating for stricter laws, and that people have options. And that people aren't being taken advantage of, because like you said, a lot of girls are going down there, young girls. Women are going down there my age, And I'm not going to even lie. I didn't know that these houses were illegal. I did not know that.
I really didn't either.
I see an Instagram page. I see this, that, and the third. You and your scrubs.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, hey, there's no way that a city would allow you to do this. And there's multiple houses like this, and it's be illegal.
Right.
Yeah. I would fall victim.
Yeah. No, totally. I totally would definitely. That's crazy. So were you able to sue the recovery home, or get any type of liability? Because when Daryl passed, his family and stuff, they're able to sue the venue and sue hold them accountable. Obviously, it takes a long time, and everything's
right. Excuse me. Again, I am. It's still an open case.
Okay.
And there are lots of things that hopefully will happen, should happen. And
when
I am praying.
Get updates? Do you get updates regularly or they just because with Daryl's they still haven't found his killer, and they don't update anybody on anything. So I know how that can be and you're just waiting. I was calling this because the CHP handled his case. I was calling them every day. They were I just stopped eventually because they're we don't have they just didn't care, and so I was just okay, I couldn't drive myself crazy wanting these people to care for him,
Yeah. Again, I need to be very careful with my words, because it is still an open investigation. But the truth of the matter is, my daughter, it's been 7 months, and nobody that I know has been held responsible for my daughter's death, which...
It's not okay.
No, it's not okay at all.
No, it's not.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But I am hoping and praying that one day I get the call that
justice,
somebody has done their job and did their due diligence, and that justice is going to be served.
Well, I hope more people hear your story, and I hope somebody hears, and wants to, because I'm sure this isn't the only situation or family that's been affected by this. I'm sure there's so many other families. Have you talked to any other families?
I have not talked to any other families. Like I said, when Dominique first passed away, we had to get the body back, and we went to California. We're from San Diego, and have her funeral and stuff. And then I went home for a minute, and I had a whole plan, and I'm, I got the website, and I'm trying to figure out to do something, right? Get some type of justice. But reality hit, and I really needed to just sit down and just grieve. I couldn't even do it. doors were being shut. Emails were going unanswered.
Yeah.
And I really just had to just lay down and just say, you know what, Wakila, leave it alone for a little bit. At the end of the day, Amanika's gone. You got to raise up. You have your baby. I sent the baby. The baby went away for a little bit to her father's side.
Oh, okay.
And I just tried to take care of myself. And I have the baby back now.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm just taking my time.
Yeah,
I'm
day by day.
Yeah, I'm just taking it day by day.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere. Right. And I am absolutely still going to be pushing my issue in regards to justice for my daughter, and absolutely going to be pushing for laws to reform. Be in place and reform in regards to what is going on in Miami. And I really hope that somebody does see this podcast, and that's, you know, it gets into the right hands, and someone actually feels like we have to do something. Yeah. You know, because it's all kind of ladies are going down there. I know. These women have families. We love them. Yeah. We love them dearly. Yeah. A community is impacted. I love my child, and I want justice for what happened to her. Yeah.
No, I truly believe that. I truly believe it, like, in the future, in like some way, even if it's not today or in a year, even if it takes a long time, I think it's a serious matter, like with the recovery homes and like the aftercare. And if it's an illegal business, there's no reason you should be caring for anybody. But
and the fact it's been 7 months, and I know you were saying, like, as far as with the police department and just anybody, like,
it's like they don't have the urge of, like, you know, like, you're like, come on now, like, somebody that I love has passed away, like, what's going on? They're like acting like you're bugging them, like, and it's like, this is serious, like, you know. And then especially, I can't imagine in Miami, you know, they deal with so much stuff, so sometimes they're just like, oh, it's just another, like, and I'm sure, like, when my man passed away, they're like, oh, just another gang member, like, you know, like, he's not even a gang, like, exactly, like, and it's just, it's no, this is a son, a father, like, you know, and it's just so sad, like,
it doesn't matter what he was or what she was and what she wasn't. Yeah, exactly. You don't you don't get to just take someone's life
and get away
and
with it.
There be no repercussions. Yeah. I don't think that's cool. That's not the way this works. It shouldn't work like this.
No, not at all.
So I'm hoping and praying that I get a phone call, and that you know, Detective Hernandez and
is that the person on the case?
Yes,
it has, and they're like pretty, like, and like want to help. Like, you know, some detectives genuinely are like, I want to help you. This is not okay. But then, you know, sometimes other detectives are like, yeah, like, you know, like, and it's just like, I would hope that, like, if somebody passes away, it's like, and it could be anybody's daughter that happens to. Like, that's not like she was like putting herself in, like, you can say, oh, well, she went and got surgery, but it's like, that's a normal thing to do. Like, and going to a recovery house, you shouldn't think, like, you're not, and I don't want to, like, get too much into it, but I know that it said, like, it was like from like a bad pill or something, so you're giving like fake or expire, or I don't, whatever the thing is with the pill, but it's just, it's like you're that's like, that in itself is like, it's like you're basically like a drug. How are you getting these drugs? Like, how are you getting these? You know, it's just crazy. So I really hope, like, in the future they take it more serious.
I do. I really do hope that they take it more serious. I know I've said this, and I have to reiterate, I really am hoping that law enforcement and state officials, city officials, politicians, that they really do come up with something. I know the world is in shambles right now. Yeah. And we're all over the place as a country. And in particular, this issue is just probably low on the polls to be addressed. But I am praying and hoping that it will be addressed.
Well, I'll
soon.
make sure to put the link and stuff like on the description, and I'll put it in the when I post it and stuff so that everyone can. I'm gonna go do it too. But I really appreciate you
You're
sitting
welcome.
down.
You're welcome.
I even like am feel enlightened because I didn't really realize, like, I didn't know that, like you said, that the recovery homes were, I thought that they had to have like at least like a RN or something. Like I said, like I know it was kind of like in Miami, it's kind of like a get rich quick scheme, because one of my like old friends, she was like trying to do it, and then everyone was like, you don't have like, but she had like she had a high following, so everybody kind of like went in on her, so she just stopped. She was like, they were like, how are you going to open a recovery home? You have no, just because you have a business license, because she basically was like, I have a business license, and they're like, just because you have a business license, that's illegal. So then she like immediately stopped. I don't even think she ever opened it, but like that was like the first time I was like, okay, this is clearly like a get rich quick kind of scheme like that people do.
And it is. And when I tell you, I don't, and another thing is, I don't necessarily know that they're keeping the data in Miami as far as how many recovery homes are actually out there.
Active.
You can call your business anything that you want. And I think they're getting really crafty on what they call the businesses too. Because if you take the word recovery home out of there and you call it Kelly's, whatever, I don't know, a bedside, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
They're getting crafty with how they word it to keep themselves under the radar. And again, the issue really does, the issue really is in regards to the laws. No laws being put in place, and then there not being any type of penalty in regards to when they find them.
Right.
Just shutting them down.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're just going to come to my house and take the ladies out of here and shut me down, I've already made 15 bands. I mean, shit, take them.
No, literally.
Right.
Yeah,
you know?
like less.
But like, are you going to jail? They're not. I don't even think. I believe I Googled. They have this one recovery home. I don't want to say the name of it, but I think she's been caught like 2 or 3 times. I think they barely took her and her daughter or her to jail. In regards to it, like.
And it's like when you're making that much money, it's like like if you're just getting a slap on the wrist, it's like on to the next.
A ticket, possibly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially if you're putting people.
Even if I don't even know if these women are getting tickets.
But it's like, and like you said, we're in America. You would think like a medical, like if you're caring for people medically, like that, it would be like a way.
Right.
Like,
you would think that you have a recovery home and you have 5 or 6 or 7 different women in here who are bleeding, who need medical attention. And you are in here absolutely probably without a high school diploma, playing games
with someone's health.
And life. You need to go to jail.
Yeah.
Today.
No,
right
literally.
now.
Crazy.
And so my whole thing is, I know the women are saying, and there's probably going to be backlash in regards to, women doing their researches, this, that, and the third, the licenses that come with it. My whole thing is, you guys need to be licensed. If you want to open up these facilities, you need to go get your RN, or you need to get your CNA, or you need to do your due diligence to make sure that you have license and you really know how to care for these people.
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's the least.
That's the least you could do.
Right.
I'm not against small business owners. I'm absolutely not knocking the hustle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I don't want to lose my baby behind it.
Right.
And I did.
Yeah.
So now it's personal.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what are like the next like steps as far as like getting justice for her? Or you just kind of wait? Is it kind of just like a waiting game? Is you just kind of put it in God's hands for now?
Right now, I'm here on the West Coast. They're out there, and sometimes I feel like I need to get on the plane and go out there. Mm-hmm. Maybe they need to see my face. Maybe I need to go and sit and talk to somebody so that they see that I'm real.
You're serious.
Because I'm sending emails, I'm making phone calls, and but I need to be careful, and I need to make sure that I'm
you're okay
when I'm ready,
you're okay.
when I'm emotionally ready to be able to do that, and I'm not ready right now.
Yeah,
it's too much for me, and I just really hope and wish and hope that
something's got to give.
Something's going to give.
Yeah.
And that justice is going to be served, and that I'll get a call one day to say,
something.
Something.
Yeah.
Ms. Miller, we've actually implemented this, that, the third. We are putting laws or something in place to make sure this doesn't happen to another young lady. That'd be really nice.
Have you ever thought about like doing like a nonprofit in your daughter's name or something that could like maybe, I don't know, like help other young maybe like moms or like daughters who have moms that passed or some, that's, I think it's a huge, like I said, her story obviously went viral, but there's probably so many other people whose stories haven't went viral and have ended up like, leaving somebody without like a mom or a husband without a wife and a mother without a child.
I do. Well, again, I'm doing this podcast. I do. Like I said, at some point I am going to go to Miami.
Okay.
At some point I am going to get on the plane and go to Miami. I'm going to do my due diligence and go out there and see who I can talk, who I can bump shoulders with, if I can make anything happen to get somebody to put something in place. Right now, I do plan on writing a book, a memoir on Dominique. Her story in the situation with her and her sister went viral, but
there's so much more to her.
Yeah, she was
than just that story.
Just that story. There was so much to Dominique and just her life and her 28 years. So, I am going to definitely do a book. I know people have talked to me in regards to, low self-esteem and just bullying and what even comes with a young lady even getting to a point in life where she even is opting to have surgeries. Yeah. And talking about, getting into stories around that. So there are some things in the near future that I do plan on doing.
It just takes time.
But it's going to take a lot. And I thought that I was going to
roll it out, but God, it always laughs when you think it's not your time.
No, it's going to take time, a lot of time. I still need time.
Yeah.
I was supposed, her book and release dates on certain things, I still am not even
at that place. But you could take that. You could take that time though. I feel like when it happens, it's like going to be like the best. Like it's going to be perfect timing. It doesn't have to be like on your schedule. Because I feel like every time, even like with this podcast, I had like a schedule, and then I would like, it's like the same thing. Like I'll go through phases. I'm like, I don't want to do anything. Like, and it's just like, it's hard when you're dealing with that. It's been almost like, it's going on 4 years now. He died at like the end of, so I'm just now like starting to live life again. Like, and everybody would tell me that like, oh, like there, like some girl like lost her father. She's like, oh, you'll need like a year, but it took me years. Like,
absolutely.
And obviously, like you lost your child, so that's completely different. But like, I feel like it's not, grief isn't linear. Like nobody has, it's like nobody can tell you like, oh, you'll be good in like 4 years. Like I'm still like to this day, like I've gotten way better like mentally, but like I still to this day, like just the other day I was like, oh, I wish he was here. Like, and I was like going through it. I was like posting on my stories and stuff like, and it's just like, I feel like you just never get over that loss, and it's just so hard. So I know it's devastating, and I'm sorry.
It is. It takes a lot of time, and I'm not. I guess that's the thing, is that I'm extending grace to myself. I'm not going to rush myself. Yeah. I think when she first passed away, I was trying to do something, and I was trying to be strong, and I was feeling like,
and on the inside,
you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to keep. And because my daughter was such a, just a progressive person moving forward. You didn't see her cry. You seen her go through stuff and keep going. Yeah. And so I tried to call myself being like her, but I'm not like her. It's going to take time.
Mm-hmm. It's like such a like hard conversation to have. But what else would you say about your daughter on like that you would want the world to know about her, like as far as like her personality or what she like loved to do, or like something, a funny quirk about her, like just something cute or?
Long before she ever had surgery, she had a life, you know.
Right.
She's you know, I call her Ladybug. She's my little ladybug, you know.
So cute.
And she was 28, so she's getting to that place where she's in her 30s, where things are starting to slow down. Like she's starting to want to more and different, you know. And things were just, she was just getting started. I mean, she had done so much in all her years and her, you know, the little time that she was here. But there was another phase of her life that she was trying to right her wrongs, make them right. Make her wrongs right. And she was, you know, we had did a manifestation board.
Wow.
She wanted to have more kids. And she wanted to go back to school. And her board had a ring. She wanted to get married. And work on her credit and travel. And so when I look at her board, I'm just like, there was so much more that she didn't get to do.
I know. I'm sorry.
And I know her brother, he says, you know, sometimes my kids, they have me blocked on their social media, so I don't see it. So I have to like look on other people's phone. And I happened to look on, use someone's phone to look at my son's post. And he was just saying that I feel like my sister was finessed out of her life. And that really just bothered me.
No, because it's like she deserved to have a whole nobody should. Actually, Daryl passed away when he was 28 too, and like it just is like you're so young still. Your life is just starting, and it's just so crazy,
And so, you know, him saying my sister was finessed out of her life, I just like, you know, I think about the finessing part of it, and you know, was it, you know, the finessing part of social media, the whole, you know, just the image. You know, the finessing of feeling like you need to be this, you need to do this, you need to have this, you know, or, you know, he doesn't know that I seen his posts, but, or is the finessing part that he thought, Monique thought that she was in good care. Somebody, you know, finessed her and they really had ill intentions. So... Yeah, a lot of stuff keeps me up late at night.
I know.
Yeah. But needless to say, she was 28. She was, you know, she was a mother. She was a daughter. We love her. We miss her. Her mom, her grandma, her parents, you know, we miss her. She was, she's the favorite cousin, you know. And her nieces and nephews, everybody loves Scarlett. You know, her family does. The streets too, depending who you talk to.
Well, F the streets. As long as your family loves you, that's all that matters.
Yeah. So, we just we're still processing. We're still grieving. For sure. And yep.
Well, I really appreciate you taking your time out of your Saturday and coming and sharing the story with me and with everyone else. And nobody deserves to go through what you went through, what your daughter went through. And also all the social media trolls and anybody who has something to say, we don't care about them. I mean, everybody always has something.
Can't even
everybody
imagine.
Always has something to say. And at the end of the day, your daughter was a real person.
And she was.
Yeah, and it's like, she's a human. She deserves the respect and love, and just like anyone else does.
Absolutely.
Like, and it's not like she, you know, it's not like she was like some maniac person like that was like doing, you know, no matter who, anybody. I made 100,000 mistakes like in life, but it's like I still am somebody's daughter, like you said, and she's somebody's mom. Like, you know, her daughter. It's just so sad. So I really appreciate you taking the time out.
Yeah.
And I know it's really hard for you to talk about it.
It is. I just.
And I would love to come back too in like 6 months or a year and see like, and maybe sit down with you again and like see like if you end up going to Miami in a year, like where you're at in like a year or two, you know, like I would love to have another conversation with you when it's not so, I know it's super fresh right now. And like, I'm so appreciative. Like it was like, I needed this. Like I have like another friend that she was gonna come on, but I was like, I want her like to be on my first episode because her story is something that needs to be told, and it's not being told enough. Like, and then of course, you know, when the story went viral, it's like I feel like when I went viral 100 times. When you go viral, it's like you go viral, people care for 2 seconds, and then they like forget about you. Away. Yeah, it's like every week is a new viral moment, or every day is so like I definitely wanted to like imprint this like and like have it solidified, like her story, like, and definitely just so happy like that we got to have this moment.
Yeah. No, you're welcome. You're welcome.